with another really great title, Don't Ignore Voice.
We have a great marketing team. So.
Yeah. So, Patrice,
yep,
it was very nice to meet you over the last days. We already had some interesting discussions, so yep. I'm really looking forward to your talk.
Okay, great. I will
take it away, and the stage is yours.
And I see there is a timer, so that's great, because usually I'm talking too much. So. Well, normally the official title of my presentation should have been The Truth About the Importance of Voicebot in the Digital Experience. But to be very honest with you, if I was trying to sell you the truth, you will not believe me. You will think I'm a sales guy that is trying to convince you about something. And even my wife, I'm not able to convince her that I always say the truth, so to be honest. So instead of that, I do not ask you to believe me, but as we are 1 year further in the implementation of AI in the world, I'd like to believe facts and figures from the markets. Okay, so this is everything I would like to share with you. Every information that I will give to you right now is not from me. It has been conducted by an independent research company called Metrigy, for those who knows. And they have analyzed, in fact, they've asked 670 companies around 10 countries, 41 industries. So you have the median number of employees per companies and the annual revenue, which is 110 millions. And they have asked, what have you done with AI in 2023, 2024? What is your plan? What are your spendings, your takeaways about the experience about it? Where have you implemented everything with customer interactions? What's the real impact on staffing and management? If you remember 2 years ago, we were all saying that it will not have any impact implementing AI on staffing and management purpose. So we have now the truth about it. And as well about what are the applications of AI that are of top priorities for you in this industry world. Okay? So let's start with the AI adoption, spending, and takeaways. And if you are in the room working on conversational AI, guys, I would say you are the lucky ones and you have business for many years, because this is the biggest growth market ever seen in the last 10 years, with an annual growth of about 70% yearly. And the market size was estimated to $1 billion in 2021, where it's estimated to be at up to 14 billion in 2026. So I'd like to congratulate you. You have business to do for many years right now, at least until 2026. And to be honest, I think it's a bit conservative numbers. The second outcome of the study is that effectively the adoption of generative AI is very fast. Okay, everyone knows about it. While ChatGPT was able to raise the 100 million users in 3 months' time, Facebook required 4.5 years, 4 years and a half, to reach the 100 million users. So the growth in this domain, you all know about it. And finally, this is the good point. So you know that to develop projects, of course, there is need for budgets. And from now, the good news is that companies are spending more money, and the average of $3.3 million is the annual spending that the companies are ready to invest to develop customer experience and employee experience. And I'd like to insist on the employee experience, because AI is not only for customer. It could be as well for employee in different ways. So Voicebot or Chatbot? So I have a question for you. Please raise your hands if you think that Chatbot is more important as Voicebot. And raise your hand if you think that Voicebot is more important than Chatbot. Only three. Well, guys, let me be very clear about it. So I'd like to explain you how is the market. And one more time, the data are not coming from me. It's coming from the market itself. You know that every company has invested a lot of money in having different ways of communication for the customer. It has been the multi-channel. Nothing was integrated. And afterwards, there has been a lot of spending, of course, to try to integrate every different channels of communication with each other. The idea is to have a smooth migration between the different channels. You can be a customer starting on a website, then asking a question on a text chat, or being on a social media, being able to send an email, or to move from one media, one channel of communication to the other. But one of the best outcomes from, I would say, the survey is that 73% of all customer interaction, whatever the channel, are finally ending into a voice telephonic call with an agent in a contact center. And the reason is very simple. It's due to the fact that as soon as there is complexity, there is a need to speak to an agent, or it needs to use voice. And as soon as there is a time-sensitive issue, there is a requirement to speak and not to use text anymore. So if you were considering text chat as being a priority in the customer journey, the way to connect to the enterprise, it's only about 5 to 10% of the complete interaction that a customer can have. 73% are ending to voice. So that's not my figures. This is figures from the 670 companies. So why chatbot first? Why have we invested a lot of time and energy in chatbot first? And the first reason, of course, is voice is more complex, and I fully agree with you. But there are some changes on the market that is completely revolutionizing, in fact, the way we can approach this. And the first one is the integration of the LLMs. So you will all fully agree that there is a big move, and I like to call it the democratization of bot building. So we have started from low code, and we have defined the pro code, no code, and so on. And then we have the generative AI that is coming, that is simplifying, democratizing, if it's the good word in English, sorry, the way, in fact, to build the AI. So this is one way to simplify and to get rid of the complexity for voice. So what about the real business case about Voicebots? So there are three mains, and I'd like to give you the surprise and ask you which you will consider to be the most effective for all the companies. And these are, one more time, official data. Voicebot can be used to replace the legacy DTM FIVR. So you remember the press on 1, press on 2, and so on. You can change this by, hello, I'm the virtual assistant, how can I help you? And this process is quite easy to build in first instance because it's the replacement of an existing structure. So it's quite easier, I would say, to implement such kind of solution. The second aspect is to bring virtual agents. So the idea is to offload many repetitive tasks from the agents, like I want to open an account, I want to close an account, I want to get my bank status. So all these repetitive tasks could be automated and fully automated by a bot. And the third aspect to implement voice and AI in voice is what we call the agent assist. Agent assist is you do not put the voice bot in front of the customer, but you use your bot to listen silently, a conversation between the customer and the bot and the agent, to provide real-time insights, live time, during the conversation on the desktop of the agents. Who think conversational AI IVR replacement has been the best and the first top priority for these enterprises? Anyone? No? You're shy today.
Agent assist.
Yeah, you're right. So we have a lucky winner here. Agent assist is effectively the best way and the top priority for the enterprises. So it's transforming the way the agents are working, it's supporting the way the agents are working, and it's improving the way the agents are working. So this is a top priority. And this is another way that the market has reacted to the complexity of voice, finally, because we do not put the voice bot or a large language model or anything in front of the customer. So you get rid of the difficulties and the problem of building this conversational design. And the second priority is using LLMs for after-call agent work. So you know, in a contact center, normally you have the agents that are working in resuming the call. So you have the call summary, you have the topics, you have sentiment analysis and some stuff like that. So a top priority is to reduce the after-call works, and I will show you what are the results and the benefits for the enterprise. So finally, what we do at AudioCodes, because AudioCodes is a voice technology specialist. We are not providing any conversational AI platform. We are not providing any speech-to-text, text-to-speech, ASR, whatever. We are just filling the gap between the voice world, the telephony world, and the voice bot. So finally, we voice-enable any text bot, if you want. So what we do, we have a piece of software called Voice AI Connect that we can deliver in different ways, where finally we act as a kind of gateway orchestrator, middleware between any contact center to any conversational AI platform to any speech-to-text and text-to-speech. When a call is coming from a contact center, we route the call to our software, we send the voice stream to our speech, to any speech-to-text, transform the speech into text. We send the text utterance to the bot. The bot is going through its intelligence, provide an answer. The answer is forwarded to our system to a text-to-speech, and we stream the voice back to the customer. So we voice enable the bot. The big advantage of our solution is that we have open APIs, so that means we can onboard and be compatible with any player, any speech-to-text, text-to-speech vendor, any cognitive service, and we can mix and match one or the other vendor to be sure that we provide the best accuracy for your project. Another application for the Agent Assist is this way. So instead of having our Voice AI Connect between the customer and the agent, we will use a protocol for those we know about the telephony and contact center called SIPREC. So we will listen silently the conversation between the customer and the agent. We will take both voice stream and we will send it to a speech-to-text, whatever the speech-to-text, to transform speech into text. And then we send the text utterance from the customer as from the agent on the Voicebot or conversational AI platform. We will go into its intelligence to provide real-time insights directly on the desktop of the agents. I have a very small demonstration, so 20 minutes is short. I'm already at the middle, and I'm not at the middle of my slides, of course. Just showing you a very brief usage of how we can integrate LLMs. Okay? As we have Open API, we can support any LLM on the market. So the demonstration I show you is using OpenAI. Could be your own developed LLMs. Through the API, it's really easy to implement it. So finally, what you will see here, we will listen to a conversation between the customer and an agent, and you will see real-time live how the OpenAI in the backyard can provide live real-time transcription on the desktop of the agent. So the agent doesn't need anymore to fill in and to type in some data from the customer call. He will get everything live, and afterwards we are using OpenAI to trigger different action, like give me a call summary, give me the extraction of the topics, give me the sentiment analysis, and so on. So here what you will see is the desktop of the agent. Crossing fingers.
Thank you for calling ABC Travel. How can I assist you?
Hi, I need to change my flight booking. Can you help?
Sure. Can I have your booking reference number, please?
Yes, it's XYZ456.
What changes would you like to make?
I need to change the departure date to August 10th and the return date to August 20th.
Let me check if that's possible. Please hold. Okay, we can do that, but there will be a $50 change fee and a $100 fare difference. Do you accept those charges?
Why is the charge so high all of a sudden? Never mind, I guess I have no choice. So what's the total cost?
The cost is $150.
Okay, whatever, that's fine.
First, I'll need your full name and date of birth.
Janet Smith. Date of birth is June 1st, 1985.
Thank you. I'll email you the updated e-ticket. Anything else I can help you with?
No, that's it.
Okay, have a good day.
So as you can see here, the transcription is live. It's performed by the LLMs using the audio code Voice AI Connect. The agent doesn't have anything to do. The transcription is fully automatic and live. And afterwards, you can trigger different kind of application, like give me the sentiment analysis, so that you can maybe send the information to a supervisor or a sales guy so that the sales guy could call back the customer because the customer was quite upset with some stuff. Or you can extract conversation summary, call stuff, and so on. So what are the real impacts, finally, of using this application? Because if you remember, that was a top priority implementing this kind of solution. So let's see the first impact. And this is something that was hidden for a long time. But companies currently, because of AI, are hiring 89% fewer agents in the contact center. So last year and 2 years ago, there were no data about the real impact of implementing AI in the contact center space, but it's reducing, in fact, the new agents in the contact center. The good news is that there are new jobs that are created, such as data analysis, security, programming, content management, you guys in the room, so we are the lucky winner for this kind of job. Another very interesting result of the study is that 49.2% of interaction in the contact center are starting in AI services as fully AI self-service. So that means that on one end, even if the priority is to have, in fact, the agent assistance, there is as well the replacement of the legacy DTMF IVR that is taking a lead as well. AI virtual agents, so offloading tasks from the contact center, resolved 41.1% of interaction without having the need for a live agent. So that means really that AI is on its way to support and offload tasks from the contact center agents. Now, taking a look about what I call the quick win, because if you want to implement and work on voice and have a real impact and cost savings for the company, the AI call summarization that I showed you that can be implemented very fast are saving 35% on after-call work for the agents. Now, if you consider about the amounts of minutes, just to simplify, it's 6 minutes per agent per call that is win just by putting LLMs in the backyard to provide real-time transcription, call summarization, and so on. And the big advantage with our solution is that you can store the data wherever you want. We provide you the data, and you take any action that you want in the backend. So just imagine 6 minutes per agent per call. When you consider the cost of an agent in a contact center, the ROI calculation is pretty straightforward. And we did a simulation for a German company where they were earning millions of euros a year implementing just this call summarization and call summary features. Because 73%, I remember you, 73% of interaction are going through voice in the contact center, not going through chat. And finally, AI agent assist makes call 35 to 39% shorter for the agents. So just consider as well that there are more agents easily available for other calls. And finally, about the training, training the contact center agents, the supervisor saved nearly 2 hours per week in training the contact center agents. These are true impacts of implementing AI for voice and not for chat, which makes a huge difference at cost savings for the company. 2 delivery options, and I see that I have 3 minutes. I hope I will make it. Christophe, I'm looking at you. Our solution, we have 2 platforms. We can develop this in your cloud, in our cloud, so whatever cloud, in the data center of the customer if you want to keep like banks and financial institutions very close. But we have as well what we call a live app services. Live app is a self-service platform, and I will encourage you to come and to see us. In a question of a minute, you can log in, put the credential of your text bot if you have developed one. You can get a phone number provided by audio code, and in a question of a minute, you can take your mobile and call your voice bot. So if you want to make some proof of concept, some trials, or even if you want to go to production, we can on the same platform connect any contact center to any bot using any speech-to-text and text-to-speech provider. It's pretty straightforward. It's just a question of minutes. So we get rid of the complexity. If you are now curious about where we've made the connection, I told you that we have open API, so we can connect to any conversational AI platform on the market. So Rasa, Inventa, Core AI, Cognigy, Microsoft Copilot, Dialogflow 6, and so on. All these platforms are using the audio code solution to voice enable our bot. It's pretty straightforward as well to onboard any speech-to-text and text-to-speech vendor. We usually provide the API to the vendors, the speech-to-text and text-to-speech vendor, and in 2 to 3 days, they are able to integrate with our solution. Any voice biometrics, any cognitive service that you can think about, like language identification, voice detection, silence detection, and some stuff like that, this is easily configurable for us as well. Well, guys, I'm getting to an end. Hopefully, I will be on time. 2 slides left. I think I would like to repeat that this is the momentum of conversational AI, 2024 definitively compared to 2023. We have no data from the market that I show you that are really showing that Voicebot is a priority and it's the most impactful and financial impact for the customer is working on changing the way and automating the voice calls. The agent labor will be reduced, and this is an estimation by $80 billion US, so it's quite easy to justify the investment for the customers. And up to 80% organization by 2026 will work with virtual people in the contact center for voice as well. Finally, last word. At AudioCode, as we are a voice technology specialist, and I mentioned that employee experience is key as well, so I have described what we can do at conversational AI with LiveUp and Voice AI Connect. We have developed as well a solution, within as employee, you are maybe amongst the 300 million users of Microsoft Teams, and there is some needs for contact center functionalities as well within the HR department, the security department, the IT help desk, and so on. We have developed a solution called Voca, which is a contact center light solution that can be deployed on Microsoft Teams, so you can bring contact center capabilities to any Microsoft Teams user within the company. And we have implemented all the conversational AI features that I've shown you within our platform. So if you are a Teams user, we can transform you in a contact center agent, and we can bring the conversational AI solution like virtual assistant, like agent assist directly within Microsoft Teams. And finally, if you are a meeting insights, so if you are using Microsoft Teams for internal meetings, we have built a solution called Meeting Insights, where we can have the automatic call transcription, call summarization, call topics that is directly included in Microsoft Teams. So after the call, every user who was part of the conferences team will receive the call summary, the topic extraction, and so on. So no argue anymore during a meeting to say afterwards, I haven't said that or that or that. You get the transcription, you get the summary, everything integrated. So 20 minutes, I'm 50 seconds late. So it's of course very short. We have a booth upstairs, so I would ask you if you have any questions or if you want to deep dive about our solution to come to our booth, and I would be very happy to answer any of your questions. Thank you.
We actually do have one question which came quite late in the talk from the audience, from Monica, which she was asking, do you support translation with voice calls too?
Yeah, of course. So we can use the same functionality, the same component called Voice AI to make real-time transcription, because we can manage to have several speech-to-text, text-to-speech at the same moment. We can even be able to select the speech-to-text and the text-to-speech according to the question during a conversation. So we are using, and we have a lot of projects with real-time transcription using our solution effectively.
All right, perfect. One more question from the audience, and then you are able to head up to lunch.
Thank you. That was a great presentation.
Thank you.
Lots of insight. Quick question on speech defluencies. So how do you deal with these speech defluencies as part of this proactive analysis of the LLMs? And what about the word error rates that come with that? What's the precision on that scale? I hope you understand what I mean.
Could you repeat the question, because I...
Okay, so I don't know whether this is working. Is it working? So speech defluency, so if somebody is not actually, as part of that call, being very clear, or obviously has issues with their speech, how does that work with your architecture? Okay. And then the second question is the precision in terms of the word, the error rate as well, because there's in that space, the error rate is very crucial. Thank you.
Yeah, so it's a different question, and we can deep dive above, but we are not providing the speech-to-text and text-to-speech, okay? So we are really working with partners at that level. What we do at AudioCode is that we make sure that all the data are correctly transformed, and we are managing as middleware, I would say, we orchestrate everything. Usually, to give you a return of experience, we had a project with Vodafone in South Africa, where the basic accuracy of speech-to-text commonly was 45%. So there is different dialects and so on. And what the customer did is that they used few students for 3 to 4 months, where they have built their own custom models, finally, based on the different accent, the different ways of speaking. So they have trained their models. So this is something that AudioCode is not doing, but this is something where we can be compatible with any custom model. But it's on this level that the training needs to be done. I hope this answers your question. Otherwise, we can deep dive afterwards. Right.
Thank you very much, Patrice.
Thanks to you guys. Thank you.
Ben, thanks to everyone. And we'll head up to the lunch break. I wish you engaging discussions, and we'll see you back here or up there. at 2 p.m.